Hello, my name is Michael Mingan. I am making this video on April 15th. I've been doing video production since 2010, late 2010. I was actually in a website design class in high school with a friend of mine named Tyler. Tyler was really into video production. He was really into our high school's video news, whatever you call it. We called it Cougar TV. It would come on. I want to say every week. It's been a little while. I want to say that it came on every week, and then perhaps every day we would have it continuing to run. But that was it, Cougar TV. So he was really into video production. I was taking website design, and for some reason, website design kind of clicked for me, but didn't really click as well. I'm not going to say that it didn't click at all for him, but it didn't click as much for him with him. So, him and I basically kind of traded skill sets in a way. Like he inspired me and helped me quite a bit on the video production side of things because he was clearly passionate about it, and then I would help him with the website design stuff. So that's kind of where my passion for video production kind of started or originated. From there, I didn't have anything really. I bought my first camera on Amazon, and it was just a straight point and shoot type deal. I would say my video camera, but I also bought a point and shoot camera as well on Amazon. And it was nothing special, but that's how a lot of people start out, right? They start out with something like just bare bones, basic, very poor quality. In fact, most of my first photos and first videos were shot on that camera. And it's probably late 2011 that I started to get a little bit more serious with things. I started publishing on YouTube. Now, I've been a YouTuber. I've been on YouTube probably since about 2007. Watching YouTube videos and commenting on YouTube. In fact, I commented way more than I do now. I think the last time I wrote a YouTube comment was probably several years ago, And I probably just during that time I had 2 or 3 different YouTube channels that I was working on for some of my activism that I was doing around that time. And just during that period, I probably published 500 videos, give or take, probably a little bit more than that. I didn't actually buy my first DSLR until around January, February of 2012. And that's because I kind of got fed up with trying to make these YouTube videos with such a sub-quality camera. It kind of frustrated me in a way. So I bought my first DSLR. It was a Rebel T3i. Nothing too fancy, obviously. It was consumer grade. It was on the low end of things, but it definitely was a big step up from, I don't even remember the original camera I had. It was just, like I said, it was just a point and shoot for the camera portion, like when I was taking pictures, and then for the video stuff, it was just like a handheld. It was just like a handheld camera. It was a Sony, and it was just no, it was Canon. It was a Canon, and it was just junk. It was just trash, worst quality ever. I don't even think I had full HD on it. It was so bad. But that's where my photography journey kind of started. I just picked up my camera and I went to the International Students for Liberty conference in 2012, and it just kicked that off. You know, from that point forward, I photographed dozens of events all over the country. I did 9 or so weddings, portraits, nature, yearbook. I did a lot. I did a lot of photography. Even worked on additional video projects. Probably, I think in there's probably 1 or 2 more YouTube channels that I helped publish to. Probably another, I don't know, 50 videos per se, give or take. That might be pretty liberal. Definitely a lot of videos that never really materialized. A lot of projects, a lot of videos, a lot of projects that I still have a large majority of them, but they just never materialized into anything. I worked out an entire video series that me and some of my friends were going to do for the time it was Beyond Liberty Media, and published some of it, but definitely the larger scale projects that I was working on just never really materialized. Life just kind of happens. So, and at this point, I've taken everything down. So there's not very much out there anymore. I think the most I got on a single video was like 75,000 views, which is significant to most, but not in total. I don't even think I broke 100,000, and that's probably if you combined all of these channels that I was working on, excluding the organizations I worked for. Of course, that's a whole separate thing. They have their own marketing channels and their own social media, and they have their own following and stuff, so I don't include that in there. That's more personal projects. So there was also like the discouragement that was there of putting in all this time and effort, some of which was quality, other parts were not so much quality. Definitely, all of it was pretty budget friendly. But anyways, where I'm going with all this is like, I've been really debating for a few years now, probably, I would say pre-COVID, maybe going into COVID, maybe trying to get back into it. You know, there's plenty of channels out there that they say that once you reach your first 75,000 on a video, that's where things start to kind of come together. And in many ways, I think that perhaps I stopped before things could have gotten better or kicked off, but I don't know. It's one of those things where life happens, you have your regrets, you wish you would have done better, but we all have that. So I don't know if this is going to materialize into anything. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to it per se. But it does take a significant amount of time and work and even money to a degree. You have to figure out, what it is that I'd have to figure out what it is that I want to do, even, because there's so many ideas, so many concepts out there, and I just don't know. So if I could wrap this all up and say, put it into a nice bow, I would say by making this video, perhaps it'll encourage me to commit to this undertaking. But at the same time, I said the same thing about yoga. I said that if I went around and I told people that I was going to do yoga, that I would create accountability partners and they would commit to that. I would then commit to doing yoga, but that also never really materialized. It just, yeah. Anyways, that's all I had to say for right now. This definitely went on a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but hey, that is what it is.